Now on 767 News, Harris Paints donate over $5,000 to the Cancer Society. Dominica State College launched social media campaign to promote agriculture. Media practitioners benefit from child abuse workshop. And in sports, the WICB announced appointment of United Kingdom tour operators ahead of England tour of the Caribbean next month. Welcome to 767 News, Dominica's #1 news source. I am Tanya Green, sitting in for Alicia George. Stay with me as I bring you the details of these and other stories coming up right after the break.
Some call it money transfer. We call it helping him hit his first ever six. MoneyGram, bringing you closer.
Hello, my name is Mikkel Henderson. I write and perform songs to earn a living. I depend on organizations like Echo to collect my royalties when my music is played in public, like on the radio, at jams, restaurants, hotels, bars, and even here on Digicel Play. Because Echo has relations with more than 200 copyright agencies around the world, I'm guaranteed to collect royalties when my music is played in places like France, Germany, Italy, the US, the United Kingdom, and almost anywhere in the world. Echo and the work it does is essential to make sure that writers and composers like myself can continue to make the music we all love and enjoy. Just remember, let the music pay.
Thanks for staying with us. Time now for the details of the news. The Dominica Cancer Society on Tuesday was presented with the sum of $5,143.69, courtesy Harris Paints Dominica. Roslyn Sorrendo, Harris Paints Export Sales Manager, said this donation was possible as the company from October 15 to December 24, 2014, pledged 36 cents on every gallon of paint sold, which was manufactured locally to the Cancer Society.
Our theme for our Christmas promotion was Harris's Giving Back. In that giving back, we also had weekly draws where we lead into Christmas. And towards the end, we also had country draws where we give back $1,000 US, a smartphone compliments Digicel, and also a prize to a contractor of $500 US worth of goods. We also had original draws where we had 5,000, 3,000, and 1,000, and these were compliment of Scotiabank. Dominica was always special in that we were the only one who gave back something, and we decided to do it for a worthy cause and to give back to Cancer Society.
Sorrendo Madeira said the company is pleased with the donation as it aids in the fight against cancer. Harris Paints Chief Executive Officer Ian Kenyon said it is always good to give back to the community.
It's been a founding philosophy of Harris Paints ever since it was formed 42 years ago back in Barbados, and I think we're now in our 36th year now in Dominica, to always give back to the community, to always recognize that we come from the community. So it is with a very proud heart that I can say on behalf of the company how pleased we are to be able to kind of give back this money to such a good cause. Cancer touches everyone. It's only been in my family, it's been in many of our families. And to know that kind of we can give back to fighting that cause and give back to good families that deserve the money, it just makes us feel really good about what we do. And I'm very proud, I have to say as well, of the Dominican team locally for having the forethought to make this happen. It takes a lot of effort and a lot of paint to be sold to create that kind of value. but it was for a great, fantastic cause.
Meanwhile, President of the Dominica Cancer Society, Kathleen Cornelius, said they are very thankful for the donation by Harry Spains as they continue the fight against cancer. She said every donation, no matter how small or insignificant it may seem, helps the society.
We have a young patient. He's 5 years old. His name is Phil Viville, and he has been diagnosed with cancer of the brain. Presently, he is in France getting some treatment, and we are all aware of the cost of cancer treatment. And this morning we found, since Harris was so generous to us as a society, we wanted to extend that generosity over to one of our members. And Phil is only 5, and he has had to fight a battle that many of us, or many of our members, have had to succumb to. And many of us are still presently fighting. And this morning we want to make the check that Harris is going to give to us. We are going to hand it over to the Viville family towards Phil's treatment.
Cornelius is hoping that the cash will assist Phil's family, who need all the assistance they can get for his treatment. Phil's father expressed thanks to Harry Spains Dominica and the Cancer Society for the donation. An account is available at the National Bank of Dominica for individuals wishing to make similar donations towards Phil's treatment. The Dominica State College DSC on Tuesday launched a social media campaign in an effort to promote agriculture. Student of the DSC, Nelisha Kopel, said the campaign is also geared at encouraging the youth to get involved in agriculture.
It shows the diverse careers available and the opportunities in this remarkable field. In these modern days, students and even our adults have mentally blocked out this sector. They do not want to get involved because they think it is too dirty, too much hard work, and do not have much profit. But this is so wrong. Agriculture has a lot of money, and it is us, the younger generation, who has to make it more appealing to ourselves.
The motto for the project is Agri-Jobs More Than Just a Farm. She said this motto was especially chosen to break the negative perceptions in society as it relates to agriculture.
We are trying to show them that all subjects which are taught at the secondary level has a part in agriculture. So there are the engineering aspect, the sciences, and business, just to name a few. So our Facebook page is named Agri-Jobs More Than Just a Farm.
Kopel said contestants must like the Agri-Jobs More Than Just a Farm Facebook page in order to qualify for the competition.
They all have to submit a picture, or they have to submit a picture of themselves working or being involved in agriculture setting or business, their contribution to agriculture, not necessarily a selfie, but must contain the contestant in the photo. If other people are in the picture, they must give consent for the picture to be released. A short description must accompany the submitted picture. The picture will be judged by myself and Habasha Seaman with assistance from the teachers.
The competition, which officially began on Tuesday, will come to an end on April 13, 2015. The prizes are as follows. The first prize, items valued at $1,000. The second prize, items valued at $600. And the third place prize, items valued at $400. The prizes have been donated by the Global Environment Fund, GEF, Small Grants Program. And media practitioners on Tuesday participated in a one-day workshop organized jointly between the Social Welfare Division and the Child Abuse Prevention Unit. Gemma Azet-Lewis, coordinator of the Child Abuse Prevention Unit, said child abuse is a societal ill which requires a multi-sectoral approach which includes the media. The workshop was held under the theme, Media as Advocates for Children.
We know that in order to get the message out on the issue of child protection, we need the media. And in so doing, we need the media to get the right message, which is to protect the children and to ensure that double victimization does not occur with the child nor the child's family. And the objective of this workshop today is to educate media practitioners on the different forms of child abuse and the effects, learn how to respond to child abuse in our communities in terms of reporting incidents of child abuse and the law. Focus will also be placed on the findings of an opinion poll, which was done by UNICEF in Dominica on corporal punishment and child sexual abuse.
The participants of the workshop engaged in sessions on the do's and don'ts while investigating instances of child abuse for writing stories, in addition to reporting on child abuse stories. As Lewis said, children are faced with various forms of violence almost on a daily basis, some of which include sexual, physical, and emotional abuse, neglect, which are not limited to any specific age.
We have situations sometimes of even teenage pregnancies occurring because of child abuse. And child abuse is a growing concern. In Dominica, we continue to face some challenges, such as the lack of adequate human resource and also technical resource, the need for the process of responding and investigating child abuse incidents to be more child-friendly. There's also the need for strengthening of applicable legislation to discourage and penalize perpetrators and persons who try to pervert the course of justice when child abuse incidents are reported and investigated.
She said in spite of these challenges, much is being done by the Social Welfare Division and the Child Abuse Prevention Unit to combat this illness. This includes the successful implementation of community outreach programs such as parenting sessions, educational programs in schools, and workshops with community leaders and sports officials. Azil Lewis is hopeful that the participants at the workshop will be empowered to protect children by disseminating the message that one child abuse is one too many. We take a break now. When we come back, DPSU General Secretary says government's 5% salary increase more advantageous to DAT, and tablets promised by government will be received by the end of year, says Education Minister. More when we come back.
Some call it money transfer. We call it helping him hit his first ever six. MoneyGram, bringing you closer.
Welcome to Court's Digital World, where we have the widest range of digital products from the world's best brands, televisions, tablets, laptop computers, mobile phones, and much more. Connect, explore, engage.
Welcome back. More news. General Secretary of the Dominica Public Service Union, Thomas Later, says it is more favorable to have accepted the government's 5% salary increase for the triennium 2012 to 2015. This was his response in an interview with 767 News when questioned about the move by the Dominica Association of Teachers, the DAT, to reject the 5% opting for a 2% increase, a job classification exercise and traveling allowance for principals. However, the government and the DAT are yet to strike a deal, which has left several teachers switching to other unions, who they feel will give them proper representation.
By accepting the 5%, we have negotiated for people who left the service between 2012 and 2015. What it means is that those who already received their gratuity, that will have to be recalculated because the 5% was not taken into consideration when their gratuity was worked out. So it means that those who retired between 2012 and 2015, they are entitled to back pay also. It also means that these people, their pension will have to be recalculated by the Social Security because again, when their pension was worked out, the 5% was not taken into consideration because we are not accepted at 5% as yet.
Later said the future also looks brighter for retiring members of the DPSU as their gratuity and pension benefits will be calculated with a 5% increase rather than a 2%. He said from July 1st, 2015, the DPSU and the government will begin negotiations for the 2015 to 2018 triennium, at which time the DPSU will reintroduce its non-salary benefits that were put on hold. Later said negotiating for the non-salary benefits in the next triennium is of paramount importance for the DPSU.
At that point, I mean, anybody, no matter how smart or even if you're not smart, will realize that for the 2015-2018 period, the government is not going to offer you a 5% salary increase. We anticipate that it will be more difficult for us, and therefore the non-salary issues would have to be very, very important as far as negotiations are concerned. So, and that is just a matter of a few months away.
The DPSU General Secretary is of the view that the action by the Dominican Association of Teachers opting for a job classification exercise rather than that of a salary increase is by no way a good move.
The other thing also we have to understand is there are certain benefits that you're going to push for, or one could push for, that are just temporary. For example, if we had negotiated, if the union had negotiated for a certain allowance for a particular group of public officers, what happens when these people are no longer in the service? They have retired. They no longer get that benefit. Am I right? But the fact is, if you negotiate for a 3% or you accept a 3% extra salary increase, so instead of 2, you accept 3, you accept 5, sorry. It means even upon retirement, and as long as you live, you are going to benefit from that additional 3% in terms of your pension.
Later added, the DPSU took all factors into consideration before the government's 5% salary increase was accepted. He said they are currently working on collecting the relevant data for negotiations for the 2015 to 2018 triennium. A meeting is expected in a few weeks' time with general membership where the union's proposal to government will be discussed. And after waiting in much anticipation, secondary schools island-wide and Dominica State College students were on Monday reassured that they will receive tablets promised by the government during the course of this year. This was stated by Education Minister Honorable Peter Saint-Jean during a media interview on Monday. The delivery date for the tablets has been a burning issue in recent times following the announcement by Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit that the tablets would actually be delivered by January 2015.
As relates to the tablet, we made a promise to the Dominican public that we would deliver tablets to, first of all, the secondary and college students. The process is well underway, and in time, the tablets will be delivered to every secondary school student and every student of the Dominica State College.
It should happen this year?
The promise was that it would happen this year, and it will happen this year.
Back then, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit said, and I quote, "Ladies and gentlemen, I have been speaking to you about the fact that this Labour Party has secured a commitment for the purchase of 7,500 tablets for our school children. That is, the tablets our children will be receiving come January 2015, end of quote. However, the public has been questioning the whereabouts of the much-desired tablets, which many now regard as an election gimmick. The Education Minister, who seemed uncomfortable in being questioned about the tablets, did not state any reason for the delay in the tablets distribution. In January, the Minister for Information, Science, Telecommunications and Technology, Honorable Kelva Daru, said that the proper mechanism was being discussed to have the tablets delivered. And a group of cocoa farmers and agricultural representatives from St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Grenada, and Dominica are presently taking part in a 3-day workshop on food safety for fine flavor cocoa production at the Garaway Hotel. Speaking on behalf of the Minister of Agriculture, Permanent Secretary in that ministry, Harold Gist, gave an insight into government's projects targeted at improving and rehabilitating the cocoa farming sector.
In recent years, however, the government of Dominica has been promoting and paying much attention to the cultivation of cocoa and making dedicated attempts at the revitalization of the cocoa industry. The Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries has been working with farmers towards the establishment of new acreages and rehabilitation of existing fields. Several training programs have been held using the Farmer Field School approach to teaching farmers improved cultivation and husbandry practices and post-harvest handling techniques.
Coordinator of the workshop, Delia Dominci, who came to Dominica for research, came up with the idea after living in a rural area and noticing cocoa stick production and understanding the concerns from farmers.
I noticed that the local people were producing the cocoa sticks, and I had a tour on a cocoa plantation. That was the first time for me, and I found it very interesting. And I heard what the farmers were complaining about, they would have liked to access more markets in the region, and when I went to Brussels in Belgium to do some studies last year, I noticed that there are so many manufacturers that travel the world looking for the best cocoa and selling it for a very good price on the market in Europe. So then the idea came that that could be an opportunity for the small islands, developing states in the Caribbean.
During an interview with 767 News, Agnes Esprit, the National Coordinator of Global Environment Facilities Small Grants Program, gave some detail about the collaboration between her organization and the workshop coordinator.
The GEF Small Grants Program, we focus on environmental projects. We provide technical and financial support to community-based organizations, non-government organizations, and civil society organizations to implement activities that enable them to conserve and protect the environment and make sustainable use of the resources. So with this cocoa project, we felt that it was something we could support. Esprit
is suggesting that the GEF Small Grants Program could benefit local farmers or producers willing to move forward with their businesses.
What we could do is to work with the local organizations, local community organizations who are interested in moving forward, especially in terms of organic farming and agroforestry, because this would fit under biodiversity conservation projects or climate change projects, and so we can provide some level of support, financial and technical capacity development.
The workshop attracted 27 participants, 5 from St. Vincent, Grenada and St. Lucia, and 12 from Dominica. And in court news, 28-year-old Daniel Bannis of Castle Bruce has been committed to stand trial at the High Court for the offense of murder. Bannis was charged with murdering 74-year-old Julius Joseph of Castle Bruce on May 14, 2013. Joseph was found dead in his home, and police at the time reported that there were wounds to his chest and back. The preliminary inquiry process lasted less than 2 years. Magistrate Bernard Paquette on Monday, March 2nd, informed Bannis, who claims to have had mental issues, that he will be tried in the High Court. Bannis has been on remand since he was charged on May 21, 2013. He's been represented by attorney Joshua Francis. The latest in sports news is up next with Larry. Stay with us.
It's March Madness at Courts. Get all for nothing and nothing to pay for 30 days. Plus, get mad deals all over the store. And it gets even better with one crazy deal every single day. So Courts is the place to be all month long for new deals every day in the biggest March Madness promotion. Don't miss it. It's gonna be mad.
Hello, my name is Mikkel Henderson. I write and perform songs to earn a living. I depend on organizations like Echo to collect my royalties when my music is played in public, like on the radio, at jams, restaurants, hotels, bars, and even here on Digicel Play. Because Echo has relations with more than 200 copyright agencies around the world, I'm guaranteed to collect royalties when my music is played in places like France, Germany, Italy, the US, the United Kingdom, and almost anywhere in the world. Echo and the work it does is essential to make sure that writers and composers like myself can continue to make the music we all love and enjoy. Just remember, let the music pay.
Good evening and welcome to 767 Sports. In tonight's coverage, we focus on cricket. The West Indies Cricket Board on Tuesday announced that it has appointed 7 official United Kingdom tour operators for the England Tour of the Caribbean next month. International cricket tours, Howzat Travel, Sports Tours Plus, Thomas Cook Tour Operators, Gulliver's Barney Army, Independent Travel Experts, part of the Travel Network Group, and Living with the Lion Sports have all been licensed to be exclusive commercial travel providers. Commercial manager of the WICB, Nelsia Yates, said the official UK tour operators will offer attractive travel packages which include premium tickets for the series, and travelers from the UK should take advantage. She noted that the official UK tour operators will have the right to sell tickets only, since there will be no online ticket sales for the series. West Indies hosts England in free test to be staged at the Sir Vivian Richards Cricket Ground in Antigua, National Cricket Stadium in Grenada, and the world-renowned Kensington Oval in Barbados. And in more cricket, the sports division is pleased to announce that the final of the 2015 United Insurance Secondary Schools Under-20 Cricket Championship will take place on Wednesday 4th and Thursday 5th March at the Winterberg Sports Stadium. The teams which will feature in this year's final are the Northeast Comprehensive School and the Dominica State College. At 1:30 p.m. on Wednesday, representatives of the Ministry of Sports and the sponsor United Insurance Company Limited will meet and greet the players, to be followed by the commencement of the match at 2 p.m. The match will continue from Thursday at 10 a.m. Players including Dion Burton, Tyron Dupini, Brian Joseph, Shervan Dorset will feature for the Northeast Comprehensive School, while the Dominica State College will boast the likes of Kyle Kabe, Kershaski John Lewis, Dishon Joseph, and Ian Lewis. The Dominica State College won last year's championship. United Insurance has been sponsoring this championship for over 20 years, and annually the company donates $10,000 for the running of the championship, while $500 is awarded to the winning school. And that's it for tonight's sportscast. Tune in again tomorrow for more sports news.
Thank you, Larry, for the latest in sports. That's it for local sports and news. Now for a recap of the headlines. Harris Spain's Dominica donate over $5,000 to Cancer Society. Dominica State College launched social media campaign to promote agriculture. Media practitioners benefit from child abuse workshop. And in sports, the WICB announced appointment of United Kingdom tour operators ahead of England tour of the Caribbean next month. Drop us an email, friend us on Facebook, and be sure to like our 767 News page. From all of us on the 767 News production team, I am Tanya Green. Thank you so much for watching.